Hola, Era's Academy family, 7th and 8th graders. As you probably know, we're using this book this school year. And in class this past week, we went over just the first couple pages. It's page 4 and 5. And there's no activities to do for homework. But it would be great if the kids would just review what we went over in class, because it's pretty foundational, pretty important to kind of grasp these concepts. The first is the alphabet, and the next is, it's titled In the Classroom, but really the goal of the In the Classroom page is just to practice the pronunciation. So it kind of goes along with the alphabet. Do not worry about memorizing all the classroom items. It's great to be familiar with some of them, but definitely don't worry about memorizing them. In the future, we will have activities on the pages that would be great for the kids to do for homework. That way we can just kind of check and make sure the kids are grasping the concepts and also practicing at home, because one of the most important things for learning a language is practicing it. And also the kids can then ask questions when they come back, meet in the class time. So yeah, let's go over the alphabet. It's kind of important to know the names of the letters, but it's definitely way more important to know the sounds of the letters. The Spanish alphabet is very similar to the English alphabet. As you look, you'll see A, B, C. Then you'll see CH, which we have the same sound in English. Sometimes it's considered a separate letter, like the CH is considered a letter. But honestly, most of the time it's not, but if you'll hear it in various alphabet songs, sometimes they'll say che, which is the CH. So the CH, the double L, that is a separate letter, even though it's 2 L's. It's 2 letters, but and it makes a y sound, like that hard Y sound, y. So whenever you see a double L, whenever you see a double L in Spanish, it'll be y. And then you'll also see the Nye, that's an N with a squiggle over it. That is a separate letter. It's called Nye, and it makes a ny sound, kind of like our English words, onion. You hear that ny, onion, or canyon, that ny. So whenever you see that N with the squiggle, it's a separate letter. It's not an N. N in Spanish makes the same sound as our N in English. And Nye makes that nya sound. And then the last thing to note is the double R, kind of the same idea as the double L. It's a separate letter. And that's when you hear, this is when you roll your R. That, I can't do it. We were laughing in class about how I can't do it. So I always have Miss Crystal demonstrate the pronunciations, and she was kind of helping the kids learn how to roll their R. If you can't roll your R, you can still speak Spanish. I just hold my R sound out a little longer. So like the word perro, the word dog, perro. So yeah, I can't really roll my R, but I can kind of fake it. So you can do that too. But if you can roll your R, even better. So that's the double R. So I'll just go over the sounds of the letters. So I'll do the names and the sounds. So ah, that's the letter A. It's called ah, and it makes the sound ah. So I told the kids this, I love Spanish for this reason. The vowels only make one sound. It's so much nicer than in English, so much easier to learn and to read. Ah, A always says ah, and I love it. All the vowels only make one sound. B, bay, it makes a b sound just like RB in English. C isn't called say, and ick is just like RC. It makes a s or a k. Che makes a CH sound, ch, ch. Day makes a d, just like in English. A, that's E, and it says its name, it says A, as in rake. F makes a f sound. FA is the name of it in English. In Spanish, sorry. G, the name of G is hey, and it can say g as in goat, or as in hill. So if it's followed by an O or an A or a U, it'll say G. If it's followed by an E or an I, it'll say it'll make the H sound. So that's a little different than English. We don't have a sound for G. Now the H is called H and it's silent, unless it's with a CH. So the H is silent. I is called E and it always says E. J, Jota, and it says, it makes the H sound, always. K is called Ka and it says K, like in cat. L is called LA and it makes the same sound as RL in English. L. The double L is called Eye and it says ya as in yellow. M, MA, and it makes the same sound as RM. N is called NA and it makes the same sound as RN in English. N. Nye says nya. O is called O and it says O. That's so easy. P is called Pay and it says P, just like in English. Q is called Ku and it makes a K sound, just like in English. R is called Ere and it says R just like RR. That double R is called Erre. Roll that R or fake it. And then, and it also says, you know, I can't do it. So ask Miss Crystal, she can do it. S is called Esse and it makes the same sound as our S in English. Te, T is Te and it makes the same sound as our T in English. U is called U and it says oo, as in balloon. V is, you'll hear Bay, I think you'll, ube, ube. Okay, sorry, I'm like getting tripped up because B is also Bay. The V is also Bay. So sometimes you'll hear Bay Grande and Bay Chica, or you'll hear Bay, yeah, and then W is Doble. Okay, so anyway, it's called Bay, and it says, it makes a B sound just like a B in like baby. So that's a little tricky, that the V makes a B sound. W, W, and it says wa, just like in English, like water or worm. X is called X, and it makes the same sound as in English, like in xylophone. Trying to think, Mexico has the X in it, and it makes like a sound, Mexico. I don't know if that's because it's from an indigenous language, if the word Mexico, I'm not 100% sure about that, but the book says it says z like xylophone. There's not a whole lot of X's in the language. Okay, and then Y says ya, as in Jan, and the name of the letter is Y, and Z, Zeta, is the name of the letter, and it makes an S sound. Okay, so that is the alphabet.